At Heidelberg University, students must live on campus for 3 years, but the 4th year they have the option to move off campus if they would like. What if I told you that 5 guys ventured off the safe, the easy, the normal, on-campus route and decided to live off campus for their final year at Heidelberg University? These 5 guys would take the challenge of living on their own and dealing with the responsibilities and the added extra parts of living off campus.
Money was a big priority with living off campus. I know that I'm saving a bunch of money not living on campus and paying for dorms and food.
The main factor in my decision was the cost. Living off campus was a lot cheaper for me.
It was kind of an opportunity for the 5 of us guys that kind of hung out a lot to live together and just be closer. And
thought I'd be able to save more money and I'd live with a bunch of my friends.
After deciding that they wanted to save money, the next step was deciding where to live. How would they choose an off-campus house? Where do they start? Where do they go? What do they look for? A lot of question marks, but a lot of green pastures for them to roam to find the right house for them.
We looked at, I think 2 or 3 houses, and this one had the most space.
this house was just a little bit nicer than the other ones we looked at. We looked at a couple other different houses, but this one just seemed a little bit nicer. It was a little farther away from campus than what we wanted, but we thought some of the rooms were just a little bigger, stuff like that.
We looked at a bunch of different houses. One house really close to campus got unavailable last minute, and then this house opened up. We all took a look at it, and when we first saw it, it was really nice. It's a little far away from campus, about a mile. Each of us have our own room. It's, next to gas station and food.
After choosing a house, this group of guys has now lived off campus for an entire semester. They've had the experience for a few months now and have been able to compare it to the on-campus life. There are many advantages of living off campus, such as having your own room.
Having my own room, that is by far the best thing about living off campus. You get your own space, you don't have to share with anybody else, you can make it whatever you want.
I mean, it's kind of cool just to be able to have more stuff on campus and have your own room. And I have a pretty big room and big closet and stuff, so it's kind of nice to have just more stuff here than having a semi-small space they have to share with somebody else. So
I enjoy having my own room and making food whenever I want with the refrigerator.
It's just nice to be able to go in, shut your own door, and kind of tune out from everything that's been going on with school and the sports that I'm involved in. It's nice just to have my own time and space. I also like having the ability to make my own food whenever I like. I know, last year, Horniman had X very amount of hours, so you couldn't just go in and swipe unlimited, so you can only go in twice a day for meals, and you can only have certain kind of snacks, so I like making my own food.
While having their own room and being able to make food at their own leisure is convenient, there are also some negatives with living off campus. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are added responsibilities and more adult chores to do on a daily basis. There's trash, cleaning, and making food, which is new or exemplified with living off campus. With the added freedom comes more responsibility.
Making your own food, cooking, is probably the biggest responsibility. I mean, you have little things like trash and stuff, which you still have on campus, but off campus it's magnified a little more, but definitely cooking is the biggest responsibility.
there's mail, trash, bills, food. All those are things that are kind of pawned on you from the start and things that you kind of have to think about. Then when you're on campus, I mean, you just show up to Horniman and just pay room and board.
Taking out the trash and cleaning the house every now and then.
There's a bunch of responsibilities added with having our own house. Cleaning is probably the biggest one, and definitely doing dishes since we have to make our own food. And also living in a house with 5 guys is a lot more responsibility. Making sure the trash gets taken out on time and making sure the house is clean, cleaning the bathrooms and whatnot is probably the biggest responsibility. And then even cleaning your own room. Having a roommate, you had to feel like you had to clean and make sure that it was suitable living for both of you. But now since you have your own room, you know, it can get dirty and pile up on you, and you make sure it's clean. And then since we live in a house, we only have one washer and dryer. Your laundry can pile up. And so yeah, there's definitely a bunch of added responsibilities with living off campus.
There are many more responsibilities with living off campus, especially in a house full of 5 guys. Living with 4 other guys is more than any other dorm or living space a student can have on campus. A key to having a fun and successful time off campus can be the chemistry between the guys that live together.
Terrible, man. I hate the guys that I live with. I'm just kidding. It's great. I mean, there's a reason you live with people. I mean, they're easy to get along with, and there's not a lot of problems.
It's not bad. I mean, we all get along fairly well.
It was shaky at first, but now I feel like we're all on the same page and we're going well.
I think it's pretty good. I've known everybody in the house since freshman year, and I say that we all get along really well. We never fight about anything. We all are very mellow about making sure the house is clean. I mean, there's always a few issues, but that's going to happen with any roommate you have. But yeah, I think we gel really well together.
Living off campus is a whole different world than living on campus. These guys have the responsibilities of cleaning, making their own food, taking out the trash, and paying bills. However, the perks include having your own room and your own space, as well as having the capability to make your own food when you want it. But the question that most people want to know is living off campus worth the hassle?
I'd say overall, yeah, it's definitely worth it. Having your own room is like the best thing in the world, and it's clean, and you get your own space.
I enjoy it a lot more, and I'm kind of cheap with my money sometimes, and this is something that, you know, I kind of enjoy doing more anyways.
I definitely think living off campus is worth it. I like the ability of having my own room. I like being able to be off campus, and you know, if there's drama on campus, I like being away from it. It has its drawbacks, but overall I definitely think it's worth it. Saving money is definitely big.
Living off campus is quite the journey for these students. Having the opportunity in their 4th year at Heidelberg University, they took the advantage to move off campus. There are positives, such as having your own room. However, there are negatives, such as having more cleaning than normal. After the pros and cons are added up, these students would recommend living off campus. It's been a learning experience for them, and the second semester will be a great final semester as they keep their chemistry strong and enjoy the rest of the year